For those of you that are just tuning in, we are running a Kickstarter campaign right now for Incredi-Girl. It's one of our comic books that we've got coming out. Aru has written this story, and we have several wonderful artists working on it. Kevin Zimmerman's doing pencils. Hugo Aquino is doing the colors, and you know, it's coming along quite nicely. And we want to talk about that campaign, as we always do, give you guys an update as to where we're at. So we are at 82%, 25 backers, and 3 days to go. We need $160, and this campaign has hit its goal. $160 in 3 days is what we've got left. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate that. You know, we're almost there. We're almost there.
The joy about this is, like, if you guys back it now,
as I always love to do this, there is still several of those big spots that are still open. One person wants to swing in and grab that 150 spot open. That puts us over the goal. There's still several of these tiers that are open, so we're all in tier. We still have one spot of those open, and I believe if we scroll up from there, Aru, if you please. So what do you get with that? Well, let's go back. Let's go back.
Which one are we talking about?
Let's go back to the all-in. Let's go back to the all-in. I want to talk about that.
That is the Black Diamond tier, or
no, the all-in. So what do you get with the all-in tier? $150. Basically, you get a half-page ad space to do whatever you want in here. You can talk about whatever you want to do. You can talk about yourself. You can talk about your kink, whatever you want to go. So
PG.
Oh, no, you can't talk about that. It's PG.
Yeah, this is a PG book, guys.
I'm sorry, you can't do that. But we could showcase you. We could do an article on you. We can promote whatever you guys want to promote in there for that 150 tier. And let's scroll up a little bit, and we're going to go talk about the next tier. There we go, our Black Diamond tier, at $100. And I believe we have 4 of those left for the Black Diamond tier.
Yeah, and 4 left of 5.
4. There's only 4 left. There's only 4 left of that tier. And what that gets is that gets you drawn in the book. The 150 tier, the all-in, gets you drawn in the book with a speaking role. This one gets you drawn in the book as a background character. So this is how you can get into Incredi-Girl.
How to get immortalized in a comic book for forever.
Right, that's right. Sealed in it. All right, let's scroll up a little more. So I think we still have a couple tiers. So we've got 9 copies left of our blue tier, Blue Diamond tier. And this is the wraparound cover that you're taking a look at right here. This is the exclusive part of that. Plus, you get everything that came before it. In each tier, you're getting everything that came before it. So this is going to get you all the covers plus this wraparound cover here, which is an exclusive done by Shane Evans. And
it's a full foil. Yeah. And this is a New Zealand artist, a very, very close friend of mine, lives down the road from me. And the reason this black spot here is actually a character that we don't want to spoil yet. That's why that's got that that rectangle spot there on it. But once it's out there, you won't see this. You'll have the full color foil version out there. Here on Hawke.
All right, well, let's go up just a little bit more. We want to talk about that pink diamond tier. We don't have, no one's grabbed the pink diamond yet, so no one's jumped on that pink diamond exclusive. But this is going to get you cards and everything else with it. And then from there, I'm going to jump over and let's talk about the process of the artwork. So I'm not going to go through any more tiers. Go check out the Kickstarter campaign and take a look at it. But there's a lot of new artwork that's shown up. Can we show some of Hugo's new artwork that he's just done this week?
Yeah, the colors and stuff. So you've got this one, which we already had, but now was it this one? There we go.
There it is.
This is the latest ones that's come in.
So he's grown quite a bit. You can see he's doing a lot of brush work. It's coming in very nicely. Look at this beautiful zip tone, process he's got down on the blue. See it right around the ring of the edge. So it's a nice blend of everything. He's working across it all. It's very, very nice. And it's almost a rainbow roll of effective colors that he's working on it. So I think it's turning out really quite nice, really quite pretty. With all of that work, and that I think his his experience is really starting to pay off on that Kevin Zimmerman's artwork, which of course looks amazing.
Yeah. Let me just show you his pencils. So this is Kevin's work on the pencils, you know, just the inking and stuff like that. And you know, so much detail. And then having Hugo come in and color it, it's just amazing. I'm just, you know, so grateful for having this team.
I've seen that colored somewhere. Where is it at? Is it on the Kickstarter?
Let me just check if I think I put it out online on our Facebook page. Let me just pop over and see if I can share that. Give me one sec, so you guys get to see.
Well, while that's going on, I also want to talk about this. So what you're looking at here at the very top of this is actually the cards. So we've been working on getting together everything that needs for the Kickstarter campaign. This is going to be one of the cards, from my knowledge. Is that correct, Aru?
Yeah, this one is it, are we looking at the Incredi-Girl one? Yeah, this is the Incredi-Girl one. So this is Kevin colored and illustrated that one.
Yep. So Kevin did all of the work on this one. And do we have any of the other cards that are listed? Because I know we've been looking at a few of them.
Let me just, okay, so let me show you this one first. Let me pop this out and I'm going to show you the art that you wanted to see. Oops. Let me see.
I was surprised, but I was surprised when I saw this image. I really was. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Right, so this is what we were looking at. Neither. I was like, whoa, okay, this is cool. I didn't expect him to do this to it. Like this is what he chose, right? So I didn't go, hey, this is, you know, normally with our colors, I just go, I want the logo to be this, and I want the colors for the character to be like this. That's it. I don't go to say, oh, this character here lying on the, you know, on the road there, to have this sort of, you know, clothing, you know, the color to be this clothing or whatever, and all that so on. I was surprised that this is his interpretation of it, right? Of Hugo just deciding to do this color.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised too when I saw this. I was like, I really wasn't expecting a blood washed sky, you know, in this piece.
But
everything
so
kind of
dramatic. It's so cool.
Yeah. So it's coming along pretty nice, and I even like the spotlight set. You know, it's being cast back there, and kind of that reverse or that push against the red spectrum, the red side of the spectrum, the blue. And here they are mixing again right behind her. So I think it's really quite cool. That was pretty.
I'm gonna zip back to the other one so you guys can see what we're talking about here with the artwork, right? So what Kevin gave us, right, and what, you know, and then what we got from Hugo on that. Like seriously, you didn't. I mean, any normal colorist will go blue sky, right, white clouds, right, and then here comes Hugo and goes, you know what? No. I'm gonna give you something else. And one thing you didn't see before, there was shadows that he'd put in.
Yeah. There's shadows over top of her. But you know, Kevin's artwork here is killing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really quite good. So you know, so when it goes to Hugo, and Hugo knocks it out with his thing, you know, it's a win on top of a win. So
but it's like those guys, they're challenging each other to do better against each other. Like Hugo's like, oh, you got this great artwork. Let me show you what I can do with my colors.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back and since we're talking about this, you know, please go support our campaign. And I would like to give a shout out to those people that have supported our campaign, as I do in every one of these as we come along. So we're going to talk about that very briefly. For those people that have supported us, I know we talked about Moni Gertie last week that supported us. Thank you so much. If you know, I wanted to make sure that your name gets in there. There's Craig Hackey that supported us. You know, thank you for your support. Geek Avenger also supported us a few days ago. I might get this name wrong, but I'm going to try it anyway. Raleigh Niaze.
Right. So the other day, the last interview I did was with John Del Arroz. He's a writer for Bounding into Comics. I interviewed him. He's also an accomplished novelist, sci-fi novelist, and fantasy writer, as well as a comic book guy. So I interviewed him. While I interviewed him, he put out on his desktop that he was going to appear on the podcast, right? So while he's his whole bunch of his guys show up, and they're like watching us do the interview, and they're there. Hey, they jump in and start supporting the Kickstarter. So I'm grateful for those guys. They really, they came out and supported hard out. Not only him being on the podcast as his fans, right, of his books and stuff, but also coming out to support us with our Kickstarter. So I'm just so thankful for that. That's
Aru, not only did he spread the word, he also backed the campaign. So, John, thank you very much for backing the campaign 2 days ago.
Yep.
So that's very awesome. We had Eric Olson who backed the campaign. Thank you very much, Eric. Patricia Turin Burgos, who backed the campaign. She's after that B variant cover. So thank you. Preciso, I think it may be how it's pronounced. Thank you.
So I'm just going to quickly
Nick Helms. Oh, go ahead. I was going to finish. We still got more to roll through here, Rue.
Yeah, one sec. I'm just going to put, like, if you guys want to check that interview out, like, if you haven't watched it already. So here's the link to it, right, with the John Del Arroz. And I want to share that because he had some really cool things to say, because he's a commentator on pop culture as well, being a writer for Bounding into Comics, right? So check that out on there. And so this is, if you write, Plunge season 1, episode 20, right? So he's out of California. He's a great guy. He did so much for us, and I just want to put that out there. And look, we are about networking, right, with our indie creators. Like you just saw what happens when you network with people, when you make friends with people. They have their own fan base that comes out to support you, and we just want to make sure that we acknowledge that, and we want to acknowledge his fan base, because hey, just because you write like something else doesn't mean you stop supporting somebody else. So we're the same way. We want to support that. My way of supporting others is by using my mouth, right, out here, sharing their podcast, getting them to interview. So if you know any indie creators that you love, especially in the comic scene, doesn't matter if they do mature comics, or they do for all ages, or they're novelists, or they're artists, let them know that we're doing this out here. We want to network with them and have them on our podcast and share. And also our backers, we'd love for you to come out and say, hey, why you backed us? What was it about this that spoke to you? Because we want to know why you would go out and back something from down here in New Zealand when you have the entire world to choose from, right? And because that sort of helps us to understand, what we can do better. Because I want feedback as well for this. And because, we're out here, we've got our issues written, 6 issues. We're working on issue 2, halfway through it now. Artwork keeps coming in. As soon as it comes in, I start lettering it. And just, I love what we got going on. And I want to build this for us to make sure that we support other creators as well. And we're grateful. Take it away, Hawke.
Okay, so Patricio, thank you, man, for that, for your support, of your pledge. We appreciate that. Nick Helms, thank you for your support. We also have Jeff Bennington, who supported. Oh my goodness, thank you, dude. He was our blue tier supporter. Thank you, Jeff, so much. Thank you. We also had Doghouse 059. Who jumped in and pledged to get in on this just an hour ago. So thank you for that pledge. So we're right there, guys. Thank you so much for all of your help getting us this far. We really appreciate it. We want to try and do this right. We want to try and make everyone proud to be associated with Rising Sun and Plunge, and so right now we're at 82% on this Kickstarter, 25 backers. We've only got 3 days to go, 3 days, and that's it. And this is over. So we need a little bit of help to get us there. We're $160. is where we're at in this campaign. So please jump on and support, help get Incredi-Girl #1 to that launch phase. So there you go, Aru. That's our update.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, look, we've on this cover alone, on this page alone, we have Kevin Zimmerman's artwork, right? That's him with his own cover A, his artwork, his inking, his illustration, and his colors. Over here on next to it in the white, we have our this year we had our plunge convention in April. With normally we have it in July. So I got James Hill to do a cover for a character for us, because we're looking at doing this as a toy. And I said, hey, can you do this character for us? And then I went and did the flats on this cover and this artwork. And then I took away everything that was behind it, which you'll see on the actual the poster for it. You'll see. Let me just grab it here if I can.
Aru. Hold the presses. Hold the presses. I got something.
Okay.
It just came in right now.
Yep.
Here we go. We are now at 88%. We only need $108 to get us over the thing. $108, because Big Stu himself has just pledged a red diamond tier. Thank you, Stu. We appreciate it.
Now, what is a red diamond? Like, hold on. Let me find out where the red diamond is. Red diamond
right here. It's live, happening right now.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, I have to support my man. I have to support my boys, man. So.
Awesome. That's right, and vice
Thank
versa.
You,
so,
and I really dig the art. I think the art looks incredible. And the one picture that you showed, I think it's on the red tier. One of the card art that you had, that was like, I got to get that. I got to get that card. And I don't want to just ask Hawke just to give me one.
Well. You talking about this one here, or you talking about this one?
Go the other one, I believe.
Yeah,
I think it's that one. There was another one that was kind of like that.
You're talking about like I think you're talking about Nano, our nanite-based character, like partner, which is like the green blue figure you're talking about.
It may have been been that one. It was one of the cards that was like, oh, I like that. So I have to look at it.
We're going to change the background to that, but we're going to, for the actual, because the next issue, we're going to put that as a variant cover for the next issue, because I love the artwork so much when he did it. And I was like, okay, we'll change the background for the next, for issue 2. So it's different from the card, right? And plus, it's such a beautiful artwork for that character. I think that's the best one that he's done for that character. So much detail. Because Nano's a character we're never going to tell you how he came to be. His origin story will never be told. That's one thing that I've wanted to keep secret in this universe, that Nano's never been told. I hope I'm held to that, and people will tell me off if I ever try to come out and say it. So here's my word. Nano will never be told how he came to be. I know exactly how he came to be. I have already got an idea in my head, like a one page. So my thought is that there will be a special tier that you could only get this one-page artwork where it tells you that this is how he came to be, and that person who owns it
special
might be
tier.
It'll be one-off. Only 3 will ever be made with that in the book. And
no, we're not doing that. We're going to do a exclusive comic where only 3 are going to be made.
That's what I meant. Exclusive comic where only 3 issues are ever made. And that was like, because like this is a joy of being able to do independent stuff, right? Because like you're saying, like there was only 25 toys ever created of that. So this will be only 3. Of course, and here's the problem.
And it's got to have a gold foil, true 24 karat gold foil cover.
But here's the thing, like when we say like there's going to be 3 ever made, that's 3 available to the public. Because we'll still have about at least 7 for ourselves, so we can have it amongst our own. Because I know the artist will want one, I know the writer will want one, I know the publisher will want one, and of course, the illustrator will want one, and the colorist, and of course, we might want to give it to to our family members, right? Especially, I'll give one to my niece because it'll be her, So yeah, kind of like a lot of time people go, oh, well, there's only 5 in the world. It's like, no, there's about another 10 in their back room for their own family. And I got to be honest about that when you're doing like one-off type of things. Like same thing like here, right?
Right. Rising Sun, we have what is it? We have 5 archives. Is it 5? I think there's 5. Aru has one at his place. I've got one at mine, where there is at least one prime copy of everything ever printed that goes into that archive.
Yeah.
So that way, because we've had problems in the past where artwork has gotten lost, and so we kind of that's an idea that we scooped up from Mattel and Hasbro and everyone else along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I want to quickly talk about what the Plunge universe is, right? So I've been on different podcasts, and we talked about why this first book has to be all ages, and it's got to be for anybody that can pick up and give it to anyone. Whereas we've got other series that are coming out from the Plunge universe that are mature readers. So, and the content is more mature, aimed at older readers. But this one is especially for anybody to just, it can sit anywhere. You can hand it to anybody to read and it'll be fine. So this is quite why, we could have made, a lot of money, reached a lot of higher tier goals because of if we did a lot of, more mature covers and stuff. But this is one I fought to make sure that we kept it as a PG, as our flagship character. And because it's very important to me and it's important to our family for this character, because it's a family, named and kind of like character for the, for my niece. Now, is there anything else you want to talk about this before we move off this topic?
No, I'm just so thankful for everyone that's come on and helped see your vision to fruition, Aru. This has been a wonderful road to walk down with you, and I'm very pleased that we're almost there. I think it's come along wonderfully. And I remember whenever you told me, and you said, I don't want to put out Incredi-Girl this way. And I was like, wait a second. Whoa. You'd already been working on it for years at that point. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I mean, maybe we should just put this out and go to the next round. And you said, no, I want it to be the best representation that it can be. And I said, okay, well, it's your character, it's your process, your story. So, and then you redid it and it looks so much better. So props to Kevin, props to Hugo, props to Shane, props to you for sticking to your guns and wanting to put out a better product. So
she looks amazing. I mean, like seriously, like I'd put this book anywhere next to any Marvel or or DC comic book, because we worked so hard to make this book as good as it can be, right? And at the end of the day, if you can't put a book out that you're proud of, what's the point of it? I think you want to put out the best product you can, and I think our guys did really good work. I mean, like on this one alone, there's myself, Hugo, and James who did this work. So James did the artwork, and you notice that this is the full background of the poster we're going to put out, right?
Well, don't leave me out on that, Aru. Now, come on.
So the thing here is, you notice that on this one here, there is no background, and that's the one we use on the poster. And that's what I was trying to get back to. It's like that. So we did a whole bunch of artwork that we just changed the things so we could put it out there as a poster. But also, with this one here, there's 3 of us working on this, and not to, of course, with what Hawke is alluding to is that he's the one who's been running this and setting up the actual tiers and everything, and that's why he's managing the here and giving all the updates, because he's the guy who's been looking after our Kickstarter. I'm just out there promoting the links.
What I was alluding to was, we had, when Aru runs covers by me, he's like, hey, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, does this work? So there was a cover that we had worked on previously for another book that's going to come out soon. And I said, why don't you mock it up in Photoshop? you know, so you can get a kind of an idea of what we wanted, what we were going at.
Yeah.
And he mocked up this idea in Photoshop, and then he sent it over to James Hill, who did this artwork you're looking at right now. And it came out so good. It came out very dramatic, came out very and what Aru's done since then is he's taken that process of doing a mock-up, a kit bash, so to speak, of the artwork that he's wanting to do. And that's what I was referring to here, because this was a kit bash of him putting the images together of how he wants James to approach it, which gives James a more clear path for what he's going to pencil on the page. So
I would like to share that. I would share it, but it's, you know, I don't know. I like to keep up.
Well, that's another campaign.
But so, you know, like I said, we've got, you know, we've had to like put James off his own title, right? Stop him doing his own work on the title he's working on. He's working on a series called Templeton Rise and Fall, and so I've had to say, hey James, stop doing that and come and do some covers here and do some covers here. And so, in amongst, you know, everything he's going on with his life, you know, he's just been able to give us so much time, and I really appreciate it. Now, what I was trying to say here about the colors is that he did the work, I colored the flats, and then I handed the flats over to Hugo, who then redid it again, knowing which color tones I wanted where, you know, what the, like where the you know, what color the brick, you know, I mean the bricks are on this. So you can, what I mean by that, it's like this is actually in London, so this is the London Eye, right? So I wanted her, because the story is based in London, I wanted to have an image that we could represent London, and everybody knows the London Eye, right? And so that's why this is on there. And so I'm just so glad that we were able to put that. And that's, I think that's the only thing that, you know, and this is a poster for it. Isn't that right, Hawke? This is the poster of the
this is the poster. And then we did actually reuse the center image for a couple covers because we thought it might work in a couple foil variants.
Yeah, so those are the two there. You can see the white and black. So you got a spot foil. This is the white one here with a white background. Then you got the full foil, which is a black background. And